Welcome. Let's discuss the fundamental theorem of algebra and the idea of linear factors. The fundamental theorem of algebra says that if we have a polynomial of degree n, then we have n solutions. So let's illustrate this idea. So let's say that we have a polynomial of the form x squared plus 1. Well, here the degree is 2, so we should expect to have two solutions. Let's say that we have a polynomial of the form x to the third plus 2x squared minus x plus 5. If we're looking for the solutions, notice the degree of this polynomial is 3, then we should expect to have 3 solutions. So the highest degree in a polynomial, it will tell you how many solutions we need to have. But this also gets a little bit more technical because we can go a little further and say that all solutions are complex numbers. Well, let's illustrate that idea. So let's say that we have the function x squared minus 1. If we solve for this, we can move the 1 to the other side, and then have x squared equals to 1. And when we take the square root of that, we're going to get two solutions, plus or minus 1. The highest degree was 2. We have two solutions, so it checks out. But what's the deal with all solutions being complex numbers? Well, here we have our value of x equals 1 and x equals negative 1 as our solution. Well, 1, it is a complex number if we set the imaginary part as being 0. And the same goes with negative 1. If we set the imaginary part equal to 0, then notice that any real number, it's also a complex number. So all solutions can always be classified as a complex number. And this is what we define as the fundamental theorem of algebra. Before we move on to linear factors, I do want to mention a very important fact about complex numbers as solutions. When we have a complex number as a solution, the complex conjugate, it's also a solution. And just a reminder, a complex conjugate is when we switch the sign of the imaginary part. In a complex number. So when we're dealing with solutions in a polynomial, we should discuss the idea of linear factors. Because for every solution that we have, we also have one linear factor. But the fundamental theorem of algebra says that a polynomial of degree n has n solutions, then therefore a polynomial of degree n has n linear factors. So let's illustrate this idea. Let's say that we have a polynomial of degree 4, x to the fourth plus 3x to the third plus 5x to the second minus x minus 30. The degree of this polynomial is of degree 4, then we should have 4 linear factors. And the way that a linear factor looks like is always x minus a solution. Because we have degree of 4, then we should expect to have 4 of this. This is our second linear factor, and then we should expect to have 4 of them. The reason why we call it linear factors is because the highest degree in every single of those factors is of a value of 1. We do not know what's the constant, so let's just call that A. Hello. If you would like to continue learning about mathematics, you can check out the videos on the left.